Today we're going to be taking a look at the Berserk Deluxe Editions Volume 8 and 9 by Kentaro Miura. Volume 8 has a 632 page count and Volume 9 has a 656 page count, each with a $49.99 cover price. Let's get into this review. Starting out with Volume 8 here, the previous look of the other deluxe editions, you got that kind of little glossy red metallic text on it with an imprint of the brand of sacrifice on the cover here. Love the look of these books. And what's cool about these ones is you do get posters. In the front, so you have Guts here and Casca. And let me pull this one out here. You got Griffith, Guts, and Puck there, which is great. Definitely cool little posters, good additions to have. And they're larger in this because this is an oversized edition. So you have Griffith here with like Zod and the little army of apostles there, and then also a little poster here of Guts and Casca on this little like landscape. Just great little cool posters to have in here. Then you have Schierke, who will be she'll make her appearance in this volume. Actually, she wasn't in the previous. Then you have a little Isidro there. In this deluxe edition, you're going to get volumes 22 through 24 of Berserk, and this one starts out with a bang and it escalates pretty quickly. I do recall, I think you did see a glimpse of Nosferatu Zod in apostle form flying with somebody on his back at the end of volume 7, which you see in this, and it turns out to be Griffith. Now, the last time we saw Griffith was in the Eclipse, actually, where he turned into Femto, and all of that horrible shit happened throughout that whole saga there, which was just intense. So you have Griffith in this new godlike form coming face to face with Guts, and Guts is pissed to see him, man. So he tries to attack him for everything that he did to Casca and the whole crew before, which then Nosferatu Zod steps in, and they have like a sick battle, of course. I'm always a huge fan of Zod. I think he's a really dope character. The way he's drawn is great. He's got that animalistic features, and of course then he turns into the apostle form, which Guts and the apostle form of Zod go at it. Just tremendous stuff, man. Kentaro Miura's artwork is just top notch, so damn good. There's so much action and motion throughout these battles, just so much fine detail, and I love the black and white artwork. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So you have Zod now. He's kind of like the guard to Griffith, and Griffith really is kind of on the same path that he was before. He wants to own his own kingdom. And they kind of just fly off, and it really just goes to what this main story is going to be about, is really the journey of Guts and him just kind of finding his new little crew there, his new Band of the Hawk, as Griffith does reform the Band of the Hawk. So he does go to the Kushan, rolls up on them, he just starts murking dudes ridiculously, and he's like godlike now. Arrows just pass through him, and then he has Zod come through that is just absolutely massacring people. Now you have this dude Locust here too, which is like some sort of famous jouster. He also has joined Griffith's new founded Band of the Hawk, and they're just absolutely massacring all of these people. Griffith, like I said, is now this godlike form. Then it kind of jumps into a little flashback of Lady Farnese and Serpico. Actually, you kind of find out about Serpico's like dying mother. So it's nice to be able to learn a little bit more of each one of these characters. As the story going on, they're going to be a lot more involved. Now, the characters before in the Band of the Hawk, we never really got a background story on any of those people because they died so fast in the story. It kind of was unnecessary to get any background on some of those characters. But you know, these are going to be the team now. This is going to be the new Band of the Hawk. So you have the Holy See here, and you have Griffith going to battle with them, of course, with his apostle army that he has now, which they're just absolutely just destroying everybody. Zod ripping people in half. Just there's giants, the Grunbeld, I believe his name is, and you have actually Griffith. He has spirits of the ones that he killed in battle kind of floating around him, which is pretty cool. Then we're gonna get into the trolls, which is gonna take up a large part of this volume and spill over into volume 9 as well. You have a little bits of Isidro here in his kind of like Bart Simpsonish ways. He's a character that I wasn't a fan of at first. Same thing with Puck, but they kind of grew on me after time in. But great look of the trolls, love them. And then you're also going to get introduced in this volume to Shirke, who's going to be a monumental character that is going to change really how everything goes from this part on. She's kind of a witch's apprentice. She's going to introduce our characters here to the magical elements that they are really going to need going forward to be able to battle all these apostles and everything. So she does bring them to her actual witch master or mistress, Flora's residence, where there are some ogres out in the field there that they do do battle with. And then they meet the Mistress Flora. Now, she kind of knows about the brands that Casca and Guts have, and the reason why kind of the astral plane is kind of merging with the regular world now is because like they're together and Griffith is back and there's just madness happening. Now Flora ends up giving our heroes here like talismans to ward away these evil spirits and also give them some special weapons. Serpico gets his feather sword and Casca gets like these chainmail vests for protection, and Isidro gets a little fire knife. Guts does not want anything because he's got his sword. That's kind of where this leaves off. Then it'll pick up in volume 9, same type of book, same look, love it, big fan of the way that these books look, man. And this one, just like the previous volume before, does have some posters in it, which is pretty sweet, man. So you get these little battle demons here, I believe they're called. I forget their actual names there, but so you get that one there, and then you also get a little poster of Schierke and Lady Farnese and Casca. Then you also get the Berserker Armor, which, spoiler alert, you're going to get the Berserker Armor in this volume, finally. Then you got a picture of the whole gang there, kind of enjoying some apples and such, chilling out. One of the few times where they're not getting attacked by trolls, as you see here. Then you got the Flora and Schierke there, a little poster. And then you get into this volume. So this volume is going to collect 25 through 27. And it starts off with a bang, man. Our heroes are on a journey. They're on a journey to save these villagers, and they get attacked by all of these trolls, of course. Like I said, the trolls are going to be a big part of both of these volumes. And it's just fantastic stuff, man. I love the gruesome nature of these troll beings, and Guts is just absolutely laying it on them. You have definitely some self-contemplation with Lady Farnese in this, as she sees the priest of this town that they're trying to save. He's kind of against magic and things like that, which does remind her of her past with the Holy Iron Chain Knights. You do get introduced to these weird frog horse kelpies in this volume here. Kentaro Miura, I don't know how he comes up with all these wild creatures and monsters throughout these stories, man, because they're always different in each volume and they just get weirder and weirder, like horse frog kelpie things. I don't know, maybe it's a thing, I have no idea. But you have ogres here attacking our heroes and the villagers. So Schierke actually puts on like a spell. She goes hard in the magic and she brings upon a flood to kind of wipe away all of these trolls and ogres and such. But unfortunately, Casca and Lady Farnese get taken away as well in this flood, and they get brought to this like dungeon of trolls. Now in this dungeon of trolls, Slan is actually there, and she's made up of all the guts of all the trolls that Guts and the others have been massacring throughout this. Now luckily the Skull Knight is there to kind of assist Guts, as he usually does throughout the story. He kind of shows up in those key moments where Guts needs some assistance. And after this battle with Slan and the trolls, Guts kind of realizes to himself, that he had lost those companions, but luckily now he does have truly great companions to go along him on this journey. And the journey does lead back to the Flora's house there, the mistress of Schierke, the one who like kind of taught her the magic. And her place is being burnt down. There's a bunch of apostles there. There's the big Grunbeld giant. Apostle Zod is there, all sorts of demon apostles, and Guts is going to have to do battle with this Grunbeld dude, and he's just absolutely getting fucked up. But Schierke has a trick up her sleeve that Lady Flora had, and it is the Berserker Armor. So this is the first time you're going to see the Berserker Armor. He gets the sick Berserker Armor, and then he actually like morphs to the demon inside him. He morphs into the crazier version of the Berserker Armor, which is just so badass looking. And then the Grunbeld turns into a giant dragon made out of crystals and stuff. Like I said, Kentaro Miura is amazing when it comes to this stuff, man, because you always have a crazy looking character and then they transform into something even crazier. So Guts has a Berserker Armor. He does battle with this giant dragon, and then it kind of leads on to this stuff here with the Kushan. Now you get the Princess Charlotte makes an appearance again, who infamously was groped by her father, the king, before. She's kind of at this castle here, this kingdom, led by this Kushan dude, who's actually like a demon himself and kind of bringing about all these crazy demons. You have that Locust dude turning into his crazy apostle form with this huge lance. Just absolutely wildness, just as you would expect in some Kentaro goodness of Berserk, man. So this whole volume here kind of comes to an end when Princess Charlotte does meet Griffith again, and they actually do fly off into the night, and Guts and his little crew there will continue on their journey to Elfhem, actually, to try and get some peace and quiet from all this crazy demon shit. Which, of course, if I know Berserk, that peace and quiet will not last very long, and it'll be followed by demons, monsters, and other crazy things. So, I mean, overall, this Berserk Deluxe Edition Volume 9 and 8 there are pivotal parts of the series, and they delve a little deeper into the emotional and psychological scars of the characters. And with the introduction of Schierke, they're given a little bit of an edge against these apostles with some magic, which will definitely help in the further volumes of this. And if you're looking to pick up this volume, I get all my books from organicpricebooks.com, the best place to get your omnibus and other collected editions. Use code DROCK to get $2 off your purchase, and use code DROCK ship it together to get 5% off a purchase of 3 or more books. Link is down in the description. Let me know what you think about volumes 8 and 9 of Berserk Deluxe Editions down in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.